the day. I'm gonna get it primed today, or get it in epoxy. So got everything kind of spaced out, laid out how I want it, with the exception of this fender. So this fender is kind of in the way. So I want to do these parts and maybe the hood, and I might slide the fender back over and spray it over there, or try to figure something out, but it's just in an awkward spot right now. And then also this trim piece right here, I'm gonna have to figure out where I want to spray that at, but everything's covered up for the most part, not necessarily masked off, but, well, it's masked off, then other parts just covered up. Not worried about overspray getting on those parts. Same thing with the interior. Like, this plastic's gonna catch the overspray. It's not like I'm spraying directly on it, so not too worried about that. Still have to just give everything one final wipe down and lower the garage. Have the box fan, cut that on, have it sucking everything out, and put a filter in front of that though, so it catches that. And then run a piece of tarp just along the opening where the fan isn't, so no overspray gets on the other cars. But it's time. Have the little, have the air compressor set up, so have a hose 25 feet, just run into a little filter, a little makeshift mount for now. When I do this side, I'll pull the hose back under the car, because right now it's just ran it under the car just so it'd be long enough to hit these pieces and get to this back corner. But yeah, it's pretty much the setup with the air compressor. Just using a cheap Harbor Freight paint gun for now. But yeah, so stop talking, get to wiping everything down, and get to priming. So I didn't mix up much because I wasn't sure how it was gonna mix, because it looked kind of thick to me, but it's mixed up about a quart of it, and was able to do 2 panels so far. Didn't come out the best. It kind of messed up the mix a little bit, but I'm gonna mix up some more. Try to do it right. It's just 1-to-1. I just over poured it a little bit to try to compensate for it on the cup, and I think I ran it a little too thin, but we'll mix up some more and get back to it. Might have enough to do 1 coat. That's all I was planning to do. So we'll see how it goes. Check on it real fast. You know, the hood looks pretty bad from this angle. Looks like there's nothing up there. But let's see. But it's on there. It's just how I sprayed it. It's kind of hard. I think I need to get more of a step stool than the step ladder. Just when I do the roof, I'll probably start there when I actually paint. I know this is just the primer or the epoxy, so wasn't too worried about it. But it definitely brings out a lot more of the dings. Like I said, there's a bunch of them on the hood or on the roof. I have to hammer this one back in and fill a few spots. Man, it looks different. The door, like I said, I'm at the fiberglass filler right here. Yeah, like I said, it was the first practice run with painting it, so just epoxy primer. The 2K, I'll take a little bit more time spraying it. Because like I said, you got tiger stripes on here and everything, so take a little bit more time with the 2K. But next I'll have to do a little bit of body filler on some of these low spots. And then I'll spray the 2K later this week, or it'll be early next week. But just getting there. Just a little walk around. That's all this is. This little recap has been drying for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So leave everything taped up for the most part. Take this plastic down on the garage though. But man, it's completely different. What do you guys think? Like I said, I wasn't too sure about the epoxy. When I opened the can up, it was thick. Like, it was real thick. And I'm like, man, this can't be right. I wonder if it was because it was opened up, not sealed back right or anything. But once I put the activator to it, it thinned out real nice. Sprayed fairly easy. So yeah, I was impressed by it. I was a little skeptical when I first opened it because of how thick it was, but once it thinned out, mixed it up. The only thing I made a mistake. I didn't grab any strainers. So after I painted, or after I primed trunk lid and this fender, I went to go put more in the paint gun, and there's these big chunks at the bottom that weren't mixed up right, and they cause a gun to clog. Got to take the gun apart, clean that out, mix it up, make sure I thinned it out. But if I'd had this strainer, I wouldn't have had that problem. It all got caught in there, but I know I need to pick some of those up. Next time when I do the 2K primer, and then especially when I do the paint. But I said, this is all done. I wish I had a little bit bigger garage, but I'm gonna make it work. Once I do paint the underside of everything, well, pretty much all this stuff and the jams, I'll be able to put everything back on, and I'll probably finish 2K'ing it while the car is put back together and spray everything when it's on the car. I'll just do the inside of everything while it's still on the sawhorses, just make it easier on myself. But there are a few parts I'm gonna have to paint off the cars because size, like the nose, and I'll probably do the rear bumper off the car. Or really, I don't know. I might just, I don't know. It's tough. I might just do all the underside of everything. Get that 2K primed and then painted, and then flip everything back over, prime it, paint it off the car. That way I don't have to worry about doing the jams. I can do everything at once, so it's a little bit more uniformed. I'll still look into that, but like I said, a bunch of, not sure if the camera's picking up, but there are a bunch of hell dings up there. This side is straight. At least what it looks like now. Once you get the block in it, it's a different story. This side needs a little bit more love, so we'll get all that situated. But I'm digging the look. It's that flat black look. But yeah, as far as this goes, looks pretty straight. It's fairly straight. The doors, gonna need a little bit of work done to them. Hood, I believe, is good. And like I said, I already a little pinhole there too. So the doors, the driver's side rear, and it's a little ding there. So little small stuff still needs to be done. I know I have a little ding right there too. So all that stuff, a little bit of high. I hit it with some body filler first, then 2K high build primer, block all that down, and we'll see how it goes. But one step closer.